The number of companies reinvesting the corporate tax cuts back into growth, into more jobs, expanding operations, even giving out worker bonuses has now climbed to about 60 from just 7 a few weeks ago. And 40 of those companies giving their workers Trump tax cut bonuses of up to $2,000 each, depending on the company. President Trump giving a big thank you today. Listen.
The historic tax cut I signed into law just 2 weeks ago before Christmas is already delivering major economic gains. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are seeing larger paychecks, bigger bonuses, and higher pension contributions. And it's all because of the tax cuts and the tax reform. And I want to thank all of the companies that worked so hard to do it.
All right, let's bring in former Oversight Committee Chair Jason Chaffetz. Let's talk about the presser today. The media, 19 questions at the White House press conference, Congressman, all about Steve Bannon, nothing about the stock market run-up, nothing about the pace of job growth or what companies are doing, reinvesting the corporate tax cut. I remember watching Obama press conferences. They talked about the market. They talked about the economy all the time. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a double standard. The numbers are really quite stunning. And you have the Atlanta Fed upping their estimates to now a GDP growth of 3.25%. And the Obama economy, we were down hovering in the, about half of that. And so the numbers are stunning. And to not even ask a question of it, I understand they want to get to the National Enquirer type of stuff, but the market is smarter than that. It's affecting real people's lives. They're reducing the regulations. You put a tax cut on top of that, and look at what's happening to the economy.
From where the Trump voter sits, they are sick and tired of the media doing what they're doing in the D.C. Beltway swamp. They see the economy moving forward, as you point out, and small businesses blooming as well, but they are still locked in this teardown, this ripping into Trump. They're not giving President Trump any credit, despite Obama doubling the debt, and to your point, half of the economic growth under the Obama experience as we're experiencing.
Well, remember how the media was gushing over President Obama? I mean, they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize before he'd barely even been sworn in. And here, President Trump, they don't want to give him an ounce of credit for doing what he said he was going to do and really having a dramatic effect on the economy. It is about the economics. It is about people's wallets. And across this country, people that are watching this program, they're doing better, and I think that will continue to go. That's why the optimism of the stock market.
We try to be fair and balanced here on this show. We call out President Trump when there are problems. We try to be fair. But there's a lot of bull in the coverage from the media and not coverage of the bull market that you're seeing, where government worker pensions, union worker pensions, firemen, cops, teachers, they're seeing their pensions going up. They're floating higher because of what's going on in the market. But look at CNN, finding the negative again in any situation, it seems, publishing this story that says, quote, only a small slice of corporate America has shared tax savings with workers so far. And then you had this New York Times story saying, you know what? Companies handing out bonuses, a publicity stunt. Okay, so what should they do? Should they give the bonuses back?
Publicity stunt.
It's 60 companies better than zero under Obama, right?
We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars going to the pockets of Americans. And they never really, as Democrats and the media, never really understood that allowing the American people to keep their own money in their own wallet was going to create increased optimism. And look at the stocks that are rising. Caterpillar, that's a pretty good lead indicator about where the economy thinks it's going to go, where the nation's going. And Home Depot, again, if Home Depot is doing well, what does that tell you? It tells you that people are going and they're investing in their own homes, in their backyards.
Let's ask all the people at Comcast at an MSNBC, you know what, are you going to give your bonus back? Should Comcast not reinvest?
You can always give it back to the government. You call me. I'll make some arrangement.
Who cares why they're giving out the bonus? Look at this. Even after all this good economic news and proof companies are spreading the wealth and creating jobs and investing in the states they're located in, look at this action. Democrat New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is deciding to sue over the federal tax cuts. Take a listen to his logic here.
Washington has launched an all-out direct attack on New York State's economic future. It is crass, it is ugly, it is divisive, it is partisan legislating, it is an economic civil war. We believe it is illegal, and we will challenge it in court as unconstitutional. We have not yet begun to fight, my friends.
Think about what he's trying to do. He's arguing that the government needs more money. They need more government money That money comes out of people's wallets. It's not the government's money, it's your money. And it's absolutely, for him to say that it's unconstitutional
and it's ugly and crass.
For the Congress to pass a bill and the president to sign a bill to cut taxes, I understand the state and local tax issue, but that is not unconstitutional. That's the fact that New York has ridiculously high taxes.
It's true. And, let me ask you something. Is economic civil war, is populist anger, class warfare, the best that the Democrats can come up with? When you talk to them about what's going on, they go into this circular logic that President Obama needed to double the federal debt to fix a financial collapse. No, he didn't. You know what? He hamstrung about 6 different sectors of the U.S. economy and shrunk growth. I mean, you never hear that argument coming out of the Democrats. I'm not sure. Can they go into the midterms with that populist argument? It didn't work for Al Gore or Walter Mondale.
Think about what Democrats are arguing. They want to keep more of your money. They don't want to allow the American people to keep their own money in their own wallet. So they're opposed to that. And remember, under Barack Obama, he spent $787 billion on this so-called stimulus. But ask yourself, did it really affect your own wallet? Did suddenly transportation work better in this country? Your kids being educated better? No, they spent it on more government. But that's what people like Governor Cuomo and Obama and Clinton, that's what they stand for. And I don't know what the Democrats are going to run on in 2018 by arguing against a tax cut.
Here's the play. 14 Republican seats in the House in California at risk, right? And I think the Democrats need to flip 24 seats. I mean, California is upset about the state and local tax deductions going away, right? Is that enough?
But the majority of the Republicans that represent that area, including the majority leader, Kevin McCarthy, were very supportive of this tax package. And I think even
in a Rohrabacher didn't vote for it, right?
But a couple of them didn't. But I think Darrell Issa didn't. But if you look at what's going on in California, they too are going to be part of this economic boom because of what Donald Trump and the Republicans are doing. And look, it'll play out over the next year. The market's going to go up and down a little bit, but the optimism literally about a year out from when Donald Trump took office, the fastest 1,000-point rise. Yeah. You have the Fed increasing their economic projection on the growth of GDP to over 3%. Never in Barack Obama's dreams did they ever think they could get to 3%.
Did he ever have an annual 3%?
Yeah.
I mean, even Bill Clinton said you had to have policy ideas. Jason Chaffetz, we love having you on. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.